like saying that if you want to collect the age from your user as well, so for that you know that I have to declare an input field of type number, right? But in this number, let's say I don't want my user to enter 1050 or 100 more than 150 age. Practically, there is no one about 150. So you want to put some limits on this. So we know that we have to make this field required, and we also can implement the max and minimum checks on this input field. So for implementing a minimum check, we have the min attribute. So in the min attribute, I have given the value 0. So let's save it and come to the website, and let's enter some negative value over here. Let's submit it. See, value must be greater than or equal to 0. So it's basically telling me validating the input that I have entered in this age field, and basically validating it. If it's not correct input, so it is throwing an error. Also, I can set the maximum value for this input field. So anyone entering more than that value here, an error will be thrown by the website. So let's say my maximum value is 150. So let's refresh it. When I enter 160, so it will throw an error that value must be less than or equal to 150. So there are some specific attributes that can be set in the number field, or min and max and attribute can also be set in the date field as well. For example, you can, if you want to schedule something, so scheduling means that you want to do it in the future date, right? You don't want the user to enter some past date. So for that, you can also, in the date field, where is it, date of birth, just for the demonstration purpose, I will say min, and I will say that I cannot enter what's the today's date. It's 4/2, I guess I have to enter like this, 24. Let's refresh it and let's check the date. So I can select this. Right. Let me check it. Min date HTML. What is the correct format for this? Let me check. Okay. Yeah, so first I have to give the year, then the month, and then the date. So I have basically reversed the order. It's my bad. 2024, it's second month and fourth date. So I want the min to be today's date. So see, all the dates that are past, that are in the past from this date with respect to this date, they are now disabled. I can't select this, nor I can go back, right? Similarly, you can also set the max attribute on the date as well, and it will disable all the dates that are in future with respect to that date. So these are some of the attributes that can be given over here. There is another thing. I told you that we have also the option to select multiple options in a multiple choice option, right? So for that, that is called basically the checkboxes I have shown already to you. For example, let's say you created your account on TikTok or whatever social media platform it is, and they want to know in which topics you are interested. So of course you have to select multiple topics in the given topics. For example, programming, car videos, or let's say tech videos, space videos, whatever it is. So you have to select. You can select multiple tags. So for selecting multiple things, we have the checkboxes. So I will say I will create a label and let's remove the for. Don't need it for the time being. I will say favorite dishes. Let's say, for example. And for creating a checkbox, we have to write input field of type checkbox. right? And we have also, since the checkbox is just like the radio button, its style is a little bit different. See, it's a square box which you can select, and it when it is selected, so there is basically a tick or a check mark inside this. It's just like the radio button. The style is a little bit different. I have to also label it, and let's say favorite dishes, kunafa, and let's say biryani. Let's say beef steak or pizza. Favorite dish or not, I don't know. But let's say we have these options, right? And we have also give it the same name. It's not, by the way, required. There nothing will change on the front end in the design, but it is required in the back end. So we have to give all these checkboxes the same name, and it's dish. Let's save it and let's refresh it. So see, this is the checkbox. We can select multiple options. Whatever our favorite dishes are, we can deselect it and so on. So this is called checkbox, and it is used for allowing the user to select multiple options in the multiple choice question. So yeah, these are the different types of input fields, and that is how we use it for different purposes. Um, in the next video, we will be learning some. Sorry, in the not in the next video. In the next class, we will be learning something advanced, like how to implement audio, video, and what are the meta tags, and we will be basically covering the remaining topics that is in the HTML that is remaining in the HTML. So I guess that's it for today. If you guys have any question, you can ask, or else we can end the class. So yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to ask.
I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Uh, in this, all of this lecture in this course, you will learn us only with the website programming only, right? Or we will also learning about making يعني application for the phone.
Okay, so there is a technology. If you learn JavaScript by heart, you are master in JavaScript. We will go through the React, which is a framework of JavaScript. Inshallah, moving forward, we will also know what a framework is. So basically, it's a pre-written code. The basic things are already pre-written. You have to build on top of that. We will be covering React, which is a framework of JavaScript. And in React, you can create front-end applications or web apps or web applications, dynamic web applications. Like you can create YouTube, like in the browser, you are seeing a YouTube. You can create YouTube with React, right? But using React, you cannot create mobile applications. So for different platforms, we have different languages. For web, we have JavaScript. For mobile, there are different operating systems, and for creating applications in every programming in every operating system, like we have iOS and we have Android. So for creating applications for Android, we need to learn Java programming language, and we can then create applications for Android. For creating iOS applications, we have to learn a language which is called Swift. But the beauty of JavaScript is that if you learn JavaScript and if you learn React, so there is another framework of React which is called React Native, which is for mobile. You have also heard about maybe Flutter. Flutter is a technology in which you write a code, and you write an application, and that application is both for iOS and for Android as well. Before Flutter and React Native, these technologies, like in 2015 or 2013 or before that, There was, if you wanted to create an application for iOS and Android, you have to hire two different developers. But now it is an era of hybrid technologies. You have to write code in React Native, and that React Native code will be then transpiled, and that will work for both Android and iOS. So for to answer your question, if you learn JavaScript, you learn React, yes, you can create mobile applications by investing a week or two another weeks and learn React Native online, because you will have a solid understanding. React Native is totally React. There are minor changes, minor, or you can say 20% changes that you will learn, and then you can do the mobile development as well. You know JavaScript, you can also create desktop applications, but mostly you will get jobs for the web applications, for backend, or for mobile applications. So for front end, for creating web applications or website, we have React framework. We also work in React. For creating web applications, we have React Native. And for creating backends, we have Node.js, which is also the version of JavaScript. So learning single JavaScript by heart, mastering it, you can go to every field you want. So these are different fields basically. You will either work in backend, you will either work in front end in web, or you will either work in mobile side. So whatever your field is, learning JavaScript is the key.
And also React Native uses these HTML tags, so you have to learn them as well.
Exactly. So JavaScript works on, like, JavaScript manipulates HTML and CSS. So if you don't have any HTML tags or CSS, what it will manipulate? So it's
Yep.
it's like ruling nobody. So JavaScript is like a king. He rules, right? So if there is no one, so who will the JavaScript rule? So basically, HTML and CSS are the subordinates, or you can say, or the oppressors of JavaScript.
That was a long answer, but it was a very detailed answers. It was very
I,
detailed.
yeah,
Yes,
I was.
yes. Thank you very much.
No problem. Always welcome. Anything else? Any other questions?
It can be just normal gossip if you want to talk about anything at all.